Good morning, Grissom Band students. Welcome to your Asynchronous day. Today's video is going to be all about just some tutorial info about your assignment today. So for your assignment today, you're going to need to put in some practice on hot cross buns. What you'll want to do is go into your Smartmusic and open up the hot cross buns, which is number 17 in your book. And you're gonna want to practice it. Click that play button, listen to it a few times, practice it a few times, practice it multiple times. If you need to check notes, remember, click on the note you're having a hard time with. It'll give you two different circles. The first circle, the one on the left, is gonna show you what the note name is and how to play it. The second circle that you click is going to give you a sample of that sound. So you can click it and match it and see if you're making the same sound on your instrument. So you're gonna want to listen to it, you're gonna wanna practice it, you're gonna wanna go over it. I know there are several of you that in our last asynchronous class have already mastered hot cross buns. You're like, I've got this, I'm awesome at it. If that's you, what you're gonna do instead of practicing hot cross buns on your asynchronous time is you are actually gonna go into your Smartmusic, and in the bottom right-hand corner, there's a link that says method books. You're gonna click where it says method books, and then you're gonna find your band book, which is Essential Elements, Book 1, select your instrument, and then you can actually move ahead in the book past hot cross buns. Look at number 18, look at number 19, look at some other things in the book that might be interesting, and get in your practice time on that. Because I know there's some of you, you're high flyers, you've got hot cross buns mastered, so you can move on ahead in the book. If you don't have hot cross buns mastered, during asynchronous time, you need to work on hot cross buns. So now I'm going to show you the specific note names and fingerings for each one of your instruments. So if you're stuck or you need help, I'm going to show you how to do it. Excuse me. So the first one I'm going to show you is the flute part to hot cross buns. So I'm going to grab my flute. The notes for this song, there are only 3 notes you need, flute players. If you're not a flute player, you can fast forward in the video to your instrument. But for flute players, you're going to start with your D, okay? So in my left hand, the one that's closest to where I blow into the instrument, you're gonna have your second finger down. Notice how I've got these finger notes that I've skipped. My second finger down, my third finger down. My thumb is on my thumb key, and my pointer finger is up. And that little knuckle, that's where my flute is resting, okay? My bottom hand in my right hand, that's the one that's down this way. It goes on top. If you notice, we've got these 2 keys that we skip. And then we've got this finger, this finger, this finger. Your pinky would normally go on this key here, but for this note, your pinky is gonna be up, and your thumb is gonna rest underneath your pointer finger, like you're pinching somebody. So that's your D. And then it's gonna go to C, switching from D to C. Every finger that is up is going to go down. Every finger that is down is going to come up. So it's just gonna be in my left hand, the one closest to where I blow in. You're gonna put your pointer finger down and pick all these other fingers up, including your thumb. In your right hand, that's the one farther away from where you blow into. You're gonna pick these 3 fingers up and put your pinky down. And your thumb, of course, for balance is gonna stay there. And that's your C. And then the last note in hot cross buns that you need to play, flute players, is B flat. B flat, it's gonna be just like that C position, only you're gonna put your pointer finger down in your right hand and put your thumb back on the thumb key, okay? And that's B flat. So if I played them together, it would go D, C, B flat. Rest, rest. Rest, rest. and that's the flute part. Clarinets are up next. So for the clarinet part in Hot Cross Buns, you're going to have 3 notes. Your 3 notes are E, D, and C. The E on the clarinet is going to have your pointer finger in the top hand, and your thumb is on this back thumb key. If you look, this is Squidward's face, that's Squidward's mouth. That's where your thumb goes, okay? This is E. For your bottom hand, your thumb is just going to go under your thumb rest, and your fingers are going to stay close to the keys. So this is E. The second note in Hot Cross Buns is D, so it's 1 and 2 in the top hand. Thumb stays put, D. And the last note in Hot Cross Buns for clarinet is C, which is 1, 2, 3. So clarinets, you're just putting 1 finger down at a time in this song. C. And I'll put together, it sounds like this. Rest, rest. Rest, rest. Rest, rest. And don't forget to stretch your half notes. You want to play them nice and long and strong. Moving on to the alto sax and bari sax part next. So for the alto saxophone and bari saxophone part, you have different notes than everybody else. I'm not going to actually play the demo on this one, but it's going to sound exactly like the other parts we've had so far. I am going to go over the fingerings with you. The fingerings for the alto and bari sax are actually the same as the fingerings for the clarinet part. You just have different note names. So for the alto sax part, your 3 notes are B, A, and G. Bari sax, you're the same as alto sax. Tenor saxophones, you have different fingerings and different note names. We're going over yours after this, all right? So we have B, which is thumb on that back round black thumb circle. B, A, which is 1 and 2, and then G, which is 1, 2, 3. So for your song, it's going to start with B and go B, A, G, rest, rest. B, A, G, rest, rest. G, 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 A, A, A. B, A, G, rest, rest. So that's for alto and bari sax. Now for tenor saxophone, you guys have different note names and you've got different fingerings for yours than what the altos and the bari sax have because you have a different type of saxophone. So for you guys, your 3 notes are E, D, and C. So for tenor sax, and I'm going to just demonstrate the fingerings on this alto here, the fingerings are the same no matter what size saxophone you're playing, okay? So for E, for tenors, it's going to go 1, 2, 3 in the top hand, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 in the bottom hand. So 1, 2, 3 in the top hand, 1, 2 in the bottom hand. Your thumb is going to be on your octave key, which is that little key just above that black circle. So it's going to go E, and then D, for the next note, you're going to put your 3rd finger down. So that's D, and then C, you're going to pick all these fingers up and just have the middle finger in the top hand, and your thumb is going to slide down to that black circle. That's your C. So for tenor saxophones, your notes in this song are E, D, C, rest, rest. E, D, C, rest, rest. C, 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 C. D, D, get that thumb on there. D, D, D. E, D, C, rest, rest. And that's the tenor saxophone part. Trumpets are coming up next. So for the trumpet part in Hot Cross Buns, you also have 3 notes like everybody else does. Your 3 notes are E, D, and C. For E trumpets, it's going to be 1 and 2. For D, well, let's play it. Here's your E. Your D is 1 and 3. So you're just going to trade your middle finger for your third finger, which is D. And then C is open. So your notes are E, D, and C. Let's see if I can play this. Here we go. Rest, rest. Rest, rest. Rest, rest. And hopefully you will play your hot cross buns better than the hot cross buns I just played for you. So for the trombone slide positions and note names for hot cross buns, you have 3 different slide positions. You're going to start in 4th position. So that slide is going to be an inch past the bell, like it is here. This is your 4th position. So it's going to go 4, and then 6, which is way out here, okay? And then 1. Okay, so it's 4, 6, 1. And the note names are D, C, B flat, rest, rest. D, C, B flat, rest, rest. B flat, B flat, B flat, B flat, C, 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 C. D, C, B flat. I would play it for you. You may notice I don't have a mouthpiece. I love my mouthpiece at school. I know, I warned you trombone players, don't do that. You need to make sure you keep it like in your backpack so you can bring it back and forth. And what did I do myself? I left my mouthpiece at school. But it just goes to show nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes. All right, so trombones, the slide positions are, let's see if I can do this. Oh, so you can see a good angle here. So it's gonna be 4th, 6th, 1st, rest, rest. 4th, 6th, 1st, rest, rest. 1st, 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 1st. 6, 6, 6, 6. 4th, 6th, 1st, rest, rest. And that is the trombone part. Percussion is next. So for the percussion part on this, you can't totally see my practice pad here. I have it on a table. Practice pads can be put on a table. They can be put on like a stand, like a special stand. Some of you don't have practice pads or stands. You can just use like a book or a tabletop. Make sure you're not wrecking your parents' table. So a book is probably going to be your best bet, or even a pillow. But I think the book is going to be your best bet because you're going to get some bounce off those sticks. So for the percussion part, you want to make sure on these rests that you're playing to the side of whatever you are striking, and you want to make sure that you say those rests out loud. All right. So for the percussion part, it's going to go like this: right, left, rest, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, rest, left, right, left, right, left, rest, left, rest, left, rest, left, rest, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. So on all those rests, I am playing with that right stick in the air to the side so I don't accidentally hit the practice pad on the rest, because those rests are super important percussion. So that is your tutorial for the percussion part. Hopefully this helped you guys. If you need to go back, hopefully it'll help you and show you what you're supposed to do with these songs. That's all I've got. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in class next time. Bye.